Let's start on today's lesson. And today's lesson, inshallah, we're going to be learning about the sunnats of Salah. Now, if any, let me just define what a sunnat is. Farz, let me define that. Anything that is farz, the 7 farais, if you miss them or you do them wrong, you have to start your Salah again. The 30 wajibs that we learned yesterday, if you miss them, then you have to do sajda sahwa at the end. Your namaz will be fine. Sunnats, the definition of a sunnat is that if you do any amal that is a sunnat or you miss them, if you do any amal that is a sunnat and you miss them, then there is no compensation, your salah will still be valid. But to miss the sunnats deliberately, the ulama kiram, they say that it is not allowed, and in some cases it will be a sinful act. Okay, so these sunnahs that we are going to learn today, inshallah, if you miss any one of them, then your salah will still be valid, but to miss them deliberately, in some cases, it will be a sinful. Now, first of all, we're going to start off with the sunnats of takbir tahrima. Number 1, raising your hands for takbir tahrima. Remember, for the men, it was to raise their hands, their thumbs touching their ear lobes, with their palms facing towards the Qibla. To lift the hands up to the ear lobes, and for the women was towards up to their shoulders, then that is a sunnat. Okay, if someone does not lift them up to the ear lobe, or he does only this and he folds his hands, or if he doesn't even lift his hands up, then you missed a sunnat, and in some cases, like I mentioned before, it is a sin. Number 2, keeping the fingers in their normal condition, neither keep them too close nor produce tension in them. Yeah, don't have your fingers when you do the takbir tahrima, don't have your hands close like this, or don't spread them out like that, just normal how they are. Number 3, the inside or part of the palms as well as that of fingers should face the Qibla. So this is the inside part of the palms, so this should face the Qibla. Don't have them like this or like this. So the inside part of the palm should be facing towards the Qibla for Islamic sisters and for Islamic brothers near to the earlobe. Number 4, not bowing the head at the time of takbir. Now sometimes what happens is when people say the takbir, they sometimes bow their head like this as well. They bow their head like that. So do not bow the head. That is not a sunnat. Number 5, raising both hands up to the ears before starting the utterance of takbir. So instead of saying Allahu Akbar and then lifting your hands and folding them, if you've done that, your salah will still be fine, but the sunnat manner was to first lift your hands up to the earlobe for the brothers and to the shoulder level for the sisters, and then say the word Allahu Akbar from here. And as you are saying the word Allahu Akbar, you fold your hands, Islamic sisters, with the left hand under just on the chest here, and then the right hand above on the left hand. Islamic brothers, their hands will be the thumb and the little finger grabbing your wrist, and the 3 fingers on your hand like this below the belly button. Number 6, the same sunnat apply to the takbir of kunut. So when we are offering our salatul witr and we are reading our kunut now, again when you lift your hands up, the same sunnat applies for men, and the same sunnat applies when you lift your hands up and you say dua takbir kunut. Number 7, the takbirat of both Eid Salah as well. So again, when you offer your Eid Salah, hopefully inshallah in another 20 days or so, Eid Salah we will offer. So when you lift your hands up for your Eid Salah, it is exactly the same as you would offer your 5 times Salah. Number 8, Imams uttering Allahu Akbar. So the Imam Sahib saying the takbir Allahu Akbar. Not the takbir for the salah to begin, but the takbirs to go into ruku, etc. Number 9, Sami'allahu liman hamida. So for the Imam Sahib to say Sami'allahu liman hamida is also a sunnat. Number 10, Salam loudly. Raising the voice louder than requirement is makruh. So if someone is offering their salah and is about to finish his salah, and if you are reading on your own or with the jama'at, and you say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and you're saying it in a loud tone, then that is makruh, is forbidden. You shouldn't do that. It's disliked. Okay, so just normal Assalamu alaikum, so that you can hear yourself. And if you are in a jamaat for the Imam Sahib, obviously he has to say salam in a loud voice so that people can hear him at the back as well. Number 11, folding hands immediately after the takbir is sunnah. After uttering takbir-e-ula, some people drop their hands to their sides or sway their arms backwards and forth and fold their hands. This is a deviation from the sunnah. Yani, it is not a sunnah. So the sunnah is, you lift your hands, Allahu Akbar, straight away fold your hands. And for the Islamic sisters as well, don't say Allahu Akbar and then let your hands go and then fold them, or just sway your hands like this on the side and then fold your hands. The sunnat manner is, as soon as you lift your hands, you say the takbir, you fold them immediately. Now these were the sunnats of what we learned, 11 sunnats of takbir-e-tahrima. Now we're going to go through some of the sunnats of qiyam, when you are standing up in salah. Remember, qiyam is farz. Now these are the sunnats that we are going to learn. Yeah, sunnat number 12. Men should fold their hands beneath their navel with their right palm on the back of their wrist, like as I mentioned before, the thumb and the little finger holding the wrist and the 3 fingers like that. Number 13, reciting the sana first and then. So reciting the thana, subhanakallahumma, first is a sunnat. And then ta'awuz, a'udhu billah, and then the tasmiyah, bismillah. These are all the sunnats as well. So if someone has begun his salah and he does not read the thana or the ta'awuz or the tasmiyah, his salah will still be valid, because these are sunnats. Number 16, reciting sana, ta'awuz and tasmiyah immediately one after the other is also a sunnat as well. Number 17, uttering all of them with a low volume. So even if you are behind the imam or reciting your salah alone, you have to read them in a low volume so that you can hear yourself. Number 18, uttering the word Ameen. Again, when you say the word Ameen, even if it's behind the imam or when you are offering your salah alone, you say Ameen. According to the Hanafi fiqh, you say Ameen in a low volume. Number 20, reciting sana immediately after takbir-e-ula. In salah, ta'awuz and tasmiyah are linked with the qira'at. As the muqtadi does not have to do qira'at, it is not a sunnat for him to recite ta'awuz and tasmiyah either. However, the muqtadi missing one or more rak'at should recite them while offering his missed rak'at. So when you are with the imam sahib and you say Allahu Akbar, then for you to recite sana is a sunnat, but ta'awuz, a'udhu billah and bismillah with the jamaat is not a sunnat for muqtadi. Okay, but if you missed one rak'at and you stand up, then it is a sunnat to start from ta'awuz or tasmiyah. Number 21, ta'awuz should be recited in the first rak'at only. Ta'awuz should be recited in the first rak'at only. Number 22, tasmiyah is a sunnat at the beginning of every rak'at, because in every rak'at, if you are going to read Surah Fatiha, then you should read ta'awuz as well. G. Now, some of the sunnats of ruku, when we go into ruku. Number 23, uttering Allahu Akbar for ruku. Now remember, this is not Allahu Akbar before we start the salah. This is called the takbir that we go into the ruku. To say the takbir, to say Allahu Akbar and then go into ruku, that is a sunnat to say Allahu Akbar. Number 24, uttering Subhana Rabbiyal Azim 3 times in the ruku. That's also a sunnat. Number 25, men holding knees with their hands. Yeah, so the men, instead of touching their knees, men should be holding their knees. For women, it is just to touch their knees. For men, to hold their knees, that is a sunnat. Number 26, spreading fingers wide apart. So when you are in ruku and you hold your knees, then you have your fingers wide apart and you hold your knee like that. Number 27, keeping legs straight in ruku. Some people bend their legs like a bow. This is makruh. So don't bend your legs. Have your legs straight. So this is how you're going to ruku. Yeah, can you see? Your legs will be straight. Don't bend your legs. So if this is your leg, don't bend your leg. Yeah, keep your legs straight like this. And to bend your legs is mentioned, it is makruh. What makruh means? Disliked. Number 28, in ruku the back should be straight horizontally, that even if a glass of water is placed on the back, the glass should remain still. Yeah, so what happens is that if you are in ruku, your back should be level with your head. Yeah, for men. In ruku the head should be neither higher nor lower than the back. It should be in the straightness of the back. Yeah, so the head, some people, they put their head down. So if you just take this finger as the head, they will do the ruku and the head will be slightly lower. Have the head exactly the same as the ruku. The beloved Rasul of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the salah of the one not keeping his back straight in ruku and sujood is insufficient. It's imperfect. Okay, so when you do the ruku, make sure that your back is level with your head. The back is straight and not like a hump shape like this. It's all straight. There should not be a hump like that. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam also said, perform your ruku and sujood completely, as by Allah Azza wa Jal I see you from behind my back. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this was a mu'jiza of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that he could see, as he could see forward, he could see from the behind as well. Number 30 sunnat. It is better for a musalli is the person who offers his salah, to utter Allahu Akbar when bending for ruku, i.e. to utter takbir when he starts bending for ruku and finishes it having bent completely, in order to do stretch the lam of Allah and not the ba of the word Akbar. Yeah, so when you go into ruku, you say Allahu Akbar. Yeah, stretch the lam of the word Allah, Allahu Akbar, not the ba, Allahu Akbar, not like that, Allahu Akbar. So you can say Allahu Akbar. Okay, so you say that as you are traveling to your ruku, you are uttering the word Allahu Akbar. If someone says Allahu Akbar or stretches the bar, then his salah will be invalid. His salah will break. Now, the next sunnahs we're going to learn are the sunnahs of qawma. Qawma means when you come back from your ruku position, that sunnat is called qawma. Keeping hands down to the sides when standing after the ruku. So when you stand up after your ruku, you have your sunnats like this, your hands like this. Okay. Number 32, Imams uttering Sami Allahu liman hamida when standing from ruku. So the Imam Sahib should utter the word Sami Allahu liman hamida. That is a sunnat for the Imam Sahib. And for the Muqtadis, number 33 is sunnat is Allahumma Rabbana walakal hamd. Allahumma Rabbana walakal hamd. Sometimes in the books it's also written as Rabbana lakal hamd, then that is fine as well. Sunnat number 34 in sunnats of qawma. Uttering both is a sunnat for munfarid. So if you are offering your salah alone, then to recite Sami Allahu liman hamida, Allahumma Rabbana walakal hamd is a sunnat. The sunnat will be fulfilled if the words Rabbana lakal hamd are uttered, but it is better to add the letter waw after the word Rabbana, yani Rabbana walakal hamd. uttering Allahumma Rabbana is better than uttering Rabbana, and adding both, i.e. uttering Allahumma Rabbana wa lakal hamd is better than uttering Rabbana lakal hamd. Number 35. A munfarid, the one who offers his salah alone, should start uttering Sami'allahu liman hamida while standing from ruku, and having stood erect he should utter Allahumma Rabbana wa lakal hamd. So now you are in ruku and you say the word Sami'allahu liman hamida and you stand up straight. Now you say Allahumma Rabbana wa lakal hamd. So now can you see, because remember, to stand up in qawma was a wajib. So if someone doesn't stand up in qawma, what he does is he says Sami Allahu liman hamida and then he goes straight into sajda, then he's missed that wajib. Yeah, he's missed that wajib, and then what will happen is that he will have to do sajda sahw. That's what we learned yesterday. But to read Sami Allahu liman hamida, start reading when you come back from your ruku. Sami Allahu liman hamida. When you are stood up straight, then you say Allahumma Rabbana wa lakal hamd. Now we're going to go through some of the sunnats of sajda. Sunnat number 36. Uttering Allahu Akbar when going down for sajda. So now you are in ruku and you are going down in sajda. So you say Allah. So you can stretch the lam of the word Allah. And as you are stretching it, you go into your sajda. Allahu Akbar. So you go into your sajda. Number 37. Uttering Allahu Akbar when returning from the sajda. So when you are in sajda and you want to sit back now in your jalsa position, it is a sunnah to read the word Allahu Akbar. So read the takbir Allahu Akbar and sit in at-tahiyyat position. Reading Subhana Rabbiyal A'la at least 3 times in sajda. Yeah, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la. To read it 3 times is a sunnah. Placing palms on the ground in sajda. So your arms, your palms, these are your arms, not your arms, your palms on the ground is a sunnah. Keeping the fingers close together facing the qibla. Not even in the normal position, not spread out, but in sajda, keeping your fingers close and for them to face towards the qibla is a sunnah. Number 41. When going down for sajda, placing the knees. Yeah, so this is the order. Number 41 is to place your knees on the ground first is a sunnah. Sometimes people will go and they will put their hands down and then their knees because of a problem. If there is a problem, then that is fine. Yeah, so your salah will not be invalid. Now the sunnah was to put your knees on the ground first, then your hands, then your nose, and then your forehead on the ground. This is the order of the sunnah. So when you are going into sajda, you place your knees first, then your hands, and then your nose, and then your forehead. Number 44. Number 45. Doing that in reverse order when returning from the sajda. So when you sit up from the sajda, you do the reverse order. The forehead first, the nose first, then your hands, and then your knees should lift above the ground. Number 46, 47 and 48 is what we just said. Forehead, nose, hands and knees should be lifted from the ground in that order. Number 50, during sajda it is a sunnat for men to keep their arms apart from sides. Yeah, so the arms should be up from the sides, from the side of your body. They should be away from your body. Number 51, thighs apart from the belly. So your belly should be not touching the thighs. Number 52, not laying forearms on the ground. If you are in a saf, in a row during jama'at, then do not keep arms away from the sides. Yeah, so not laying your forearms. So your arm, do not put this on the ground. Number 53, making, now this was for the brothers. making the soles of all 10 toes of both feet touch the ground in such a way that their tips are facing towards the Qibla. So you bend, so these are your toes, you bend your toes like this. You bend your toes. Yeah, you bend your toes like that. And you have your toes facing towards the Qibla. That is a sunnat. All 10 toes. Now, some sunnats of Jalsa. Number 54. Jalsa is sitting between the two sajdas, between the two sujuds. Number 54. Sitting between both the sujud, which is called Jalsa. Number 55. Keeping the right foot upright and the left foot flat and sitting on the left foot. Okay, so keeping that as well, that your right foot should be lifted up. This is for the men only. Women should have both their feet towards the right side and they should be sitting on the floor. Number 56. Keeping the toes of right foot towards the Qibla. So when you lift your right toe up, the foot is a sunnat, and to bend all 5 toes towards the Qibla is a sunnat in Jalsa. Number 57. Placing both the hands on the thighs. Yeah, so like we do in a Tahiyyat. Yeah, basically this is your knees, the hand should be there. So your knees, your hands on the knees, this is a sunnat as well. Sunnat of standing for the second rak'at. Once you have given both the sujood, then what you do is you stand up, don't we, for the second rak'at. Now, there's a couple of sunnahs for this before you stand up. Number 1, after the completion of both sujood, it is a sunnat to stand up for the second rak'at with the support of the toes. Yeah, some people, they might need some support. So what they do is they put their hand on the ground and then they push themselves up. That is fine if there is a problem. But the sunnat manner was that you put your hand on your knees and with the support of your toes, yeah, you lift yourself up. If it's painful, it's not that much painful, but if it is painful, then you can put your hand on the ground and lift yourself up. Number 59. Placing hands on the knees. However, there is no harm in placing hands on the ground for standing up due to weakness or pain in the foot. So remember this, there is no harm if you have to put your hands on the ground and you have to lift yourself up. There is no sin. Your salah will still be valid. Some sunnats of qa'da. Yeah, some sunnats of qa'da. Now qa'da means in the first sitting and in the second sitting of at-tahiyyat. After performing the sujood of the second rak'at, it is a sunnat for men to lay their left foot flat. Yeah, so for men to have that, when they sit in the at-tahiyyat position, your right foot will be up like this, your left foot will be flat like this, and then you sit on your left foot. That is a sunnat for the men. For the women, the sunnat is having both your feet towards the right and then you sit on the floor. Number 61. Sitting with both of your buttocks on the left flattened foot. So to sit on the left foot is a sunnat. Number 62. Keeping the right foot upright. Keeping the right foot upright in the qa'da position. Number 63. Keeping the toes of the right foot towards the qibla. So all 5 toes towards the right, towards the qibla with your right foot. Number 64. Keeping the right hand on the right thigh and the left hand on the left thigh. So when you are sitting in the at-tahiyyat position, you have your right hand on the right thigh, your left hand on the left thigh. Number 66, leaving fingers in a normal state, neither too close together nor too wide apart. So you leave your fingers as they are in normal. Okay. Number 67, keeping fingertips close to the knees but one should not hold the knees. Yeah, so just imagine this is the knee, keeping your fingers close to the knees but not holding your knees like that. Okay, so not holding your knees like that, just have your fingers towards the Qibla like that. Number 68, raising the index finger of the right hand while giving Shahada, testimony, during At-Tahiyyat. Okay, now it's a sunnah to lift your right hand finger up when you are reading At-Tahiyyat, when you are giving Shahadat. Now some people, they lift their finger up and they'll have the hand like this and they lift their finger up and they'll keep it there, or they'll start moving it about, or they'll keep it like this. What is the sunnat way? Because this, to act upon this, is a sunnat. So if we do want to act upon this sunnat, then we have to do it correctly. Fold your ring finger and the pinky, your ring finger, yeah, this ring finger and the pinky. The pinky is the little finger, and the thumb, yeah. So you have it like this, and hold your thumb and the index finger while uttering the word La. So like inside like this, have these little finger and your pinky, your ring finger and your little finger like this, and then with your thumb and your middle finger hold them like that. Can you see how it is done now? Yeah, now let's do that again. So this is your hand, little finger, ring finger, and then your middle finger and your thumb will touch together, and your right finger, your index finger will stay the same. Okay, so now when you want to lift your finger up, you lift your finger on when you say the word La, Ashhadu. So your hands are like this in At-Tahiyyat. Ashhadu Allah ilaha. So when you read the word La, you quickly you fold these two fingers, have this like that, and your finger up like that on the word La. Ashhadu Allah ilaha, and then drop it on the word Illallah, and then all your fingers should be straight towards the Qibla again. So let's practice this. Ashhadu Allah ilaha. Can you see? My little finger and the ring finger are inside like this, and the thumb and the big finger, I'm touching them, and the index finger is up like that. So let's do it once more. Ashhadu alla ilaha illallahu wa ashhadu anna. Once more. Ashhadu alla ilaha illallah. Let's do it once more. Ashhadu alla ilaha illallah, on all the fingers straight again. MashaAllah. So that is the sunnat manner of lifting your finger up whilst giving shahadat in At-Tahiyyat. Next, 69. Sitting in the second qa'dah, just like the first one, reciting tashahud as well. So sitting in the, not reciting the tashahud, sitting in the second tashahud. Yeah, just sitting in that. Number 70, reciting Durood Sharif after tashahud. Reciting Durood Ibrahimi is preferable. Okay, so reciting Durood Sharif is preferable. Number 71, it is a sunnah to recite Durood Sharif after tashahud in the first qa'dah of nafal and sunnat ghair muakkada. That is very important to remember. Only nawafil, your supererogatory prayer, nawafil, and your sunnat ghair muakkada, which are the 4 sunnats of Asr and the first 4 sunnats of Isha Salah. Both of these sunnats are called ghair muakkada. Yeah, so when you are sitting in your first At-Tahiyyat, it is a sunnat after tashahud, yani At-Tahiyyat, you also recite the Durood Ibrahimi as well, is preferable. Yeah, so it's better to read that and then stand up for the third rakat. But in your farz salah, in your witr salah, and in your sunnat muakkada salah, that's the 4 sunnats of your zuhr salah, you cannot read Durood Ibrahimi after Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. You need to stand up. Number 72, reciting dua after durood sharif. So after you've recited the durood, you need to recite the dua. Commonly people recite the duas that are in the Quran. Yeah, Rabbi ja'alni, and also Rabbana atina. Rabbi ja'alni, and also Rabbana atina. You can recite them both if you want, or if you want to just recite Rabbi ja'alni, you can just recite that as well. Sunnahs of performing salam. So when you are giving salam, how you should give salam. Some of the sunnahs. Performing salam twice, uttering the following words: Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So when you are giving salam, remember when you are giving salam, you just need to move your head, not the whole body. So Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. You look on your right shoulder. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. You look on this right shoulder. Number 74, turning the face to the right side first, and then number 75, then the left side. So the right first, left then. Number 76, saying both salam loudly is a sunnat for the imam, but the voice of the second salam should be lower than the first one. So if you are the imam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So the first salam slightly louder than the second salam. Number 77, as soon as the imam utters the word as-salam while performing the first salam, his salah will finish, even if he has not yet uttered the word alaykum. Therefore, if any latecomer joined the jama'at after the imam had already uttered the word as-salam, his iqtida will not be valid. So if you are in the masjid and you see the imam sahib in the at-tahiyyat position and you've quickly gone Allahu Akbar, you've said your takbir tahrima, and then you say Allahu Akbar and you sit in the at-tahiyyat. As you are going into the at-tahiyyat position, the imam sahib has said Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, namaz is over. Now there's no point sitting down and reading at-tahiyyat because you've missed your salah with the jamaat. Okay, number 78. Let me just repeat this again. Yeah. If any latecomer joined the jamaat after the imam had already uttered the word as-salam, his iqtida will not be valid. However, his iqtida will be valid if the imam, having performed the first salam, performs sajda sahv, provided sajda sahv had become wajib. So if the imam sahib has given assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah and he gives sajda sahv, then you can still join in the salah. You can, your rakat will not be missed. Number 79, Muqtadi, the one offering the salah with the jamaat, should also intend to say salam to the people and the angels on both sides. Further, he should also make intention for the imam while performing salam towards the side where the imam is present. If the imam is in front of the muqtadi, he should intend to say salam to the imam while performing both salams. A munfarid, person who is offering his salah alone, should intend to say salam to the angels only. So when you are in your jama'at, majority Islam brothers, yeah, assalamu alaikum. So the angels on the right shoulder, and to all the musalli, the namazi on the right side. And then assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, left angel and the namazi on the left side. And then whilst giving salam, also have the intention to give salam to the imam. But if you are reading your salah alone, then you will have the intention to give salam to the angel first on the right side and then on the left side.